So these are the 3 items I found at Goodwill to transform and inspire you for Goodwill Flip. Let's take a closer look at this lamp. So at first glance, I thought this lamp was a little overpriced, but thankfully it was half off tag at Goodwill, so it was only about $6. And what I really liked about this lamp is that I liked the curved line here. It's a very traditional lamp, but I felt like because of the lines on it, it could actually go a much more modern direction. My hope also was that not only could we transform this lamp, but perhaps we could reuse this globe. So altogether, not only will we have 2 cool items from one, but I think it'll have a much different design direction. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm gonna do is actually remove this glass globe. So this is a really traditional element to this lamp, and it's something that, in many ways, I hope we can actually make this into a potted plant. So I have high hopes that this globe will actually get to be reused. So to be determined, this might become a second part of this lamp. Of course, when you're at Goodwill, there's always the Goodwill price tag, but then this one has some other ones. So I'm gonna use a razor, again, to get these tags off and carefully try not to scratch the finish, because even though I'm going to be spray painting this, it's still something that I think I need to preserve it because a scratch mark would show through. So I always use goof off and a razor to kind of delicately remove them as much as possible. So I think a big thing is too, when you're finding something at Goodwill, it's important to always consider what it can be. So maybe you have a really traditional home, but you find something at Goodwill that's a little bit more modern. Well, are you able to transform it and change the style? Because if you are, it's a great piece. Similarly with this traditional lamp and making it more modern, you have to be able to look at a piece of furniture or a decorative item and see beyond what it is in front of you. You know, once you take it out of the store, is it gonna look amazing as is? Or do you need some spray paint? Do you need a razor? Do you need fabric? Something that can transform it to make it what you need in your life. So I think one of the key things to also highlight about this lamp is that it was perfectly good just as it was. So if you're looking for a traditional lamp, you can go to Goodwill and find one, super easy. But for the sake of Goodwill Flip, I think it's awesome to also be able to show you how you can take one thing and make it something else. So as a result, I'm actually gonna make this oil rub bronze lamp become a metallic gold. So once again, I'm using my good friend Rust-Oleum, but this is with the metallic spray paint. So with the metallic spray paint, you have to make sure that you shake it really well. Just like that, make some funny faces at the same time. And because you wanna make sure that it looks metallic by the time that you're done spraying. It's really different than when you're doing an actual color that you just need it to be even. With this, we actually want it to look gold. So of course, gold and brass is really trendy right now, and it also tends to lean a little bit more towards a modern style, which is why I've chosen it for this lamp. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started painting this. Ultimately, when this is done, I'm gonna put a cool Edison bulb here to really make it look modern and trend forward. The key thing whenever you're doing anything with spray paint is to make sure that you're doing really nice, clean, even strokes so that the finish looks unified and you don't get any drip marks. So check out my good friend Mr. Rust-Oleum here and what he was able to do to help transform this lamp. So together, we actually covered the entire surface of this lamp with gold spray paint. Anytime that you're spray painting a lamp, it's really important that you don't get into the underside electrical area of the lamp. Otherwise, there's a good chance that it might clog it and allow the lamp not to work. Therefore, always be careful in that kind of setting. With this situation, we didn't have to worry too much because I'm actually going to reposition this to be facing down as it is now. Of course, in the store, we saw this kind of on an angle, but I think for a more modern look, I'm going to actually have the bulb hung here so it's kind of in the center. But the metallic spray paint does an awesome job of actually making it look like a metal finish. I think this is a great option anytime that you're working with a lamp or a metal piece of furniture that you don't want it to necessarily be a color, but you want it to look like a metal. They also do it in silver, bronze, copper, and chrome. So as you're out there hunting in Goodwills to find what items you're going to do, make sure that you keep this in mind because it's a great way to transform a lamp. Now, this lamp, you might recall, used to be extremely traditional looking. It was dark brown and it had a large white globe. What? Oh my gosh, and guess what? This globe not only got reused, but it became a pot as well. So this lamp was a fairly simple transformation. All it took was a can of spray paint and changing out this light bulb to something modern. Anytime that you're gonna keep a bulb exposed, I think it's neat to make sure that the bulb is special. So give it some character because it becomes an element of the lamp all by itself. However, I didn't want to just discard the previous shade, so making it into a pot was a great solution to actually reuse and salvage something. So from one item, now we have two.